There is an 80s band from the United Kingdom called Heaven 17, and its singer Martin Ware just yesterday took to Twitter to criticize Rockstar. Apparently Rockstar offered money to put one of their songs in GTA 6, I'm assuming in like the radio sort of platform they have in GTA games, and allegedly Rockstar offered $7,500 for this transaction to allow them to use one of their songs in GTA 6. So the singer took to Twitter to vent frustration about this, basically saying that GTA makes a lot of money and this was a very much low ball apparently. So now this is gaining a bit of publicity, maybe a good thing for this band, I guess. I suppose all publicity is good publicity, but there's a lot of mixed reactions about this, and I kind of wanted to talk about it because it is interesting that a game as monumentally massive as GTA 6 is offering just $7,500 to use a band's song in the game. But here's the thing, I've really looked into this, I've kind of thought about it a lot, and this might surprise you, but I have to say I actually kind of mostly agree with Rockstar here, and I want to talk about that. Because, I mean, obviously I'm never a fan of like a huge company lowballing maybe a smaller company or a band that's way smaller in size compared to, you know, a franchise like GTA, but when you really dig into this story, I actually think the price kind of makes sense. Anyone's obviously free to disagree, but let me talk about why I feel that way. At the end of the day, I'm just a guy who's just kind of looking into this story. I'm not a CEO of a company, nor am I a band member, and I honestly do see the other side of the story here. I do see why people think that this is a lowball. This dude tweets a lot, by the way. I really had to scroll down to find these tweets, but basically, yesterday, September 7th, he made a tweet that said recently his publishers were contacted by Rockstar Games to use one of Heaven 17's songs called Temptation. This is a song from, I believe, the 80s. I'm just guessing because this is an 80s band. Actually, let me look it up. Okay, 1983, yeah. So, I mean, I had never heard of it, but I've definitely not heard every song ever. And he said in the follow-up tweet that I guess he felt a bit insulted when he found out that this was going to be for a buyout of any future royalties from the game forever, meaning that Heaven 17 wouldn't get money as people would like play the song in the game. It would just be like a one flat fee just to buy the game to put in GTA 6 forever. And he was really disappointed to find out that it was just $7,500 that they were offering. And he says, hey, GTA 5, he says GTA 6 in the tweet, but I think he meant GTA 5 grossed 8.5 or 8.6 billion US dollars. So putting it in that context, it seems crazy that Rockstar would really lowball him with $7,500. So yeah, he was a bit upset about this, to say the least. He ended the tweet by saying, go F yourself, referring to Rockstar, so he's not too happy about them. Okay, so first off, the fact that this is a buyout that they were offering to put the song in the game forever versus a deal where the band gets royalties per play or per stream or whatever in the game, to that I have to say that that absolutely makes sense on Rockstar's part. Games, especially a live service game like GTA, can really get crippled, I feel like, with these like royalty fees that they have to pay from songs, brands, you name it, to the point where it could get really ridiculous to run a game like GTA 6 or GTA 5 or whatever if you have hundreds of songs that people are constantly streaming on, you know, the in-game radio stations, and Rockstar has to keep paying money for these streams. Think about all that money. Obviously GTA is a huge game, so I don't want to say eventually it would just get shut down and it wouldn't be worth it for any profit they would get, but it would eat up a ton of money over time. GTA 5, for example, had 441 tracks in the game, so I do think that, thinking about the long term, a buyout makes sense. Okay, so now for the price of $7,500. Now, I do think, like I said, that naturally, when you look at this seems very low for a company like Rockstar to pay a band, but let's do some math here. GTA 5 had 441 tracks, like I said. Now, let's just say they paid $7,500 for each of those tracks. That would be about $3.3 million. Now, the singer Martin Ware eventually said that he felt that like $75,000 was more of a fair offer. Well, putting that in context, for all 441 of those tracks, that would be $33 million. And with that, we also have to understand that not every song, not every band is going to get paid the same amount. Obviously, it depends on how popular the band is, how popular the song is. No disrespect at all to Heaven 17 or anybody that likes that band, but they've got 300,000 monthly listeners on Spotify. The song itself has 26 million streams on Spotify, and on YouTube, it hasn't even broke 1 million views after like over a decade. Of course, over multiple videos, it looks like it might have 2, 3, 4 million views. The point I'm getting at here with all this yapping about numbers is that if this singer actually thinks that $75,000 is a fair price for their song to be in GTA 6, well, if you then put it on the scale scale for, all of the other, let's say 400 or 500 songs in GTA 6, and you put that on the scale and you give them like the same amount of money per, I don't know, stream on Spotify or view on YouTube, Rockstar is going to end up paying like hundreds of millions of dollars just on songs on like radio stations in their game. I mean, think about like, I don't know, a Billie Eilish song or an AC/DC song. Putting that on the scale and just seeing what they were offering Heaven 17, $7,500. I'm sure Rockstar is probably going to dish out still like a ton of money as is for all of these songs. So that to me is why I would say that I don't think it's completely ridiculous for Rockstar to put forth this offer. And you have to also understand, at the end of the day, this is just an offer. I don't think this is like crazy or insulting or anything. I mean, Heaven 17's publishers or their manager, could have offered a counter offer of more money and maybe Rockstar would have accepted it. I don't know, but I definitely don't think that's going to happen now. It would seem that on Twitter anyway, one of the singers, Martin Ware, has made it clear he wants nothing to do with GTA 6 and their offer. Which is a shame because, as others have pointed out, this would obviously expose many people like myself who, didn't know anything about this song. Maybe when you're playing the game, you'd really like it and you'd want to stream it, download it, whatever, and then the band would get more money. That is something actually that Martin directly addressed in the tweet, and he kind of made fun of this idea that like more exposure is good. But I don't know. I mean, you got to think about the long run. Having a song in GTA can really just expose your song to a lot of people who would have otherwise not been exposed to it. I can still tell you about a bunch of songs that are in like GTA 4 that I still listen to this day. But it is very clear now that this song Temptation is not going to be one of those songs that people listen to and love in a GTA game.